Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to a brand new day. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the rundown with Ramon. In case you're seeing this twice, I apologize. It said the live is going, the live is off, so we'll see what happens today. As you can hopefully tell, I am remote today. I'm here live at Starbucks. I have an event I'm going to at 8:30, and I was like, I can't be in two places at once, so let me come really, really early and let me bring to you the brand new show, the rundown with Ramon, and then I'll be right near my event where I have to go to about 8 minutes away and go to that event. So welcome to a brand new day in the flagship topic of the day today. The flagship topic of the day today is early morning wake up. Is early morning wake up for everyone? Or as the Wall Street Journal says, getting this from the Wall Street Journal, maybe it's not for everyone. I want to share a few things with you today before we begin our flagship topic today. Again, it's all about early morning wake up. And the question today is, should you be waking up early? But I'm at Starbucks and I wanted to share something with you that I just experienced. I saw a sign and it reminded me of something that I think may encourage all of us today. So let me play this for you real quick. Here we go. Watch this.
I was looking at this order status and it reminds you of life. I think my whole life is in progress. Every single day is in progress. I am never quite ready, never quite received. I am always in progress, always.
So I saw that sign and it had in progress, it had ready and it had received. Yeah, we always got to be ready. We always got to be received. Maybe that's good to receive. But that thing about in progress just caught me today. And I'm like, you know what? We're kind of always a work in progress. We're always educating. We're always learning. We're never perfected. When I think of myself as a father, even I have two adult children, I still can find ways to be a better father. I think of myself as a husband who married for about 32 years. Yeah, I need to think of ways. There are many ways, I meant to say, many ways I can be a better husband. So when I saw the little sign about in progress, yeah, referring to cups of coffee, cups of tea, caramel macchiato light, and different things from Starbucks. But I'm like, yeah, that middle column in progress, that's how my life is quite a bit of the time. Always a work in progress. What do you think about you, Ayanna, of the musical web? Glad you're here today. Good morning to you. Do you find yourself as always a work in progress? Alexander Nicole, glad to have you here on the Rundown with Ramon as I'm live from Starbucks here in the vacation capital of the world. Are we always a work in progress? I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's something we have to run away from. But progress is important. I find that if we're not always in progress, because progress means we're in motion, progress means hopefully we're in progress going forward. That's what normally people would think of that. Progress going forward, then I think that's a good thing. Because if you're stagnant and stale and satisfied and you're fine where you are, that kind of means actually you're going backwards in a way because other people are moving ahead of you and maybe you're not progressing to the point you should be anyway. I'm curious, how is the sound here? I have these Bose headphones on, which I hope are taking away some of the sound, but I wonder, is it way too distracting? Is it okay? Does it sound good with my voice coming through relatively crisp and clear? Or would you say, hey, Ramon, nah, this is a train wreck. You shouldn't be doing the rundown with Ramon when you're in the middle of a Starbucks with music playing, with people saying welcome, and with machines going and blending them. So I'm curious what you'd say. How is it for you? Let me know how the sound sounds, whether you're hearing this on demand or hearing this live. So welcome to a brand new day. Our flagship topic of the day is, should you be waking up early, or is early stuff just for special people? So with that, we're going to dive into two headlines ripped from the headlines today. I'll be right back. But again, welcome to a brand new episode. This is The Rundown with So I saw this headline, and Davos, by the way, is in full swing. Davos, the gathering in Switzerland, Davos rather, where hundreds of the top companies of the world and media influencers and others meet and talk about whatever they talk about, the world's problems. So here's what the headline from LinkedIn said. Leaders in business and governments from around the world are ascending on Davos, Switzerland this week for the annual World Economic Forum, with this year's meeting focused on geopolitical cooperation, economic growth, workforce skills, AI investment, and climate and nature. Attendees are taking to LinkedIn to share their priorities and outlooks related to these themes. including the implications for professions and professionals globally. So what they're thinking of their priority is geopolitical cooperation, which is definitely important because we're realizing more and more how intrinsically connected business is to countries and geopolitical economic growth. Workforce skills is so important, closely tied to AI investment in climate and nature. These are the priorities that many of the government officials and business officials are talking about in Davos, Switzerland, at the World Economic Forum. But the question of the day I have for you all today, live from Starbucks: what are you prioritizing in your business? In fact, do you have any priorities that you're saying, you know what, for the next 6 months, for the next year, for the next 2 years, I want to prioritize this, that, and the other? Hey, Trish, this is important for you to focus on. What is your priority? I am going through this right now with my own, with the Zone of Genius and the Ramon Ray brand. What are our priorities? One, launching a series of events in the New York City called Office Hours, called Genius Talks, launching my consulting services called Office Hours. So let me see what Alexandria says. Love this real-time feedback. Always a pleasure to see you, and you're correct. The background noise is coming through clearly. You know what I think we're going to have to do for the future? I'm going to have to get a new mic and have it close to my face, or I'll just better have my calendar and won't do the rundown when I'm out. So here's another vote from y'all, and help me in real time. Thank you, Alexandria, for that. Would you say, yeah, Ramon, cut this one short because it's just not coming through so clear, and just save it for another time and shut it down, which I could do. There's no harm in doing that. So I innovate. I'm doing this real time with you all. Is it so distracting? It's like, yeah, Ramon, this is not a great experience. Or would you say, keep going? Be honest with me, y'all. Those of you who are present, they're going to give feedback, and I appreciate those of you taking the time to share, because I don't want to do a show that's like so distracting, hey, Doris, that it's like, yeah, it's taking over what I'm saying. So let me see another comment come in. I'm going to keep going until I hear the vote from you. And it could be a vote of one person, but do you think I should keep going and share? Or would you say, for me, for the production value and the listening value of those who are hearing the restream and live plays, would you say, yeah, Ramon, it's a bit too much and it's competing with your voice? Because I can hear them shouting out. You can hear the doors opening and closing. You can hear the music in the background. So maybe I should just pause right now and come back later on and not do it here. But let me know what you think. So moving onward, what I was talking about, Davos, Switzerland, here, World Economic Forum, is this. And my question, Trish, is not if you can hear me or not. My question is, should I continue on? That's the question. The vote I would like your help with. Is it so distracting that I should stop? Or is my voice coming through enough that you say, Ramon, keep going on? So, you can hear just fine. So Doris says, great. So I'm going to keep going on. Okay, so here's the point. Companies are gathering in Davos, Switzerland at World Economic Forum, WEF. And the lesson of the day from that headline is this: what are the priorities you're working on? Because here's the rub, and here's the thing, as most of you know, what you say yes to, as you know, you're saying no to something else. What you're saying no to enables you to say yes to something else. And this is why prioritization is so important. What are you working on? What are the things that are going to advance your business forward? What are the things that are going to advance your life forward? This is something we all have to think about. Lisa Price, of Carol's daughter, has said this for so many years. I'll never forget. She said this at an event. Some days I was a great mother and not a great business owner, not a great business leader. Some days I was a great business leader, but I wasn't a great mother, or I wasn't a great parent. Thank you, Doris, for that. And this is what we all get to choose today. We all get to choose how we show up. We all get to choose what kind of leader we want to be, but we have to have priorities. And they're doing this in Davos, at WEF, the World Economic Forum. Business leaders are talking about their priorities for the coming months or for the coming years. This is good to do. What are we prioritizing? What are we focusing on? What are the things you're prioritizing? And I'm telling you, my journey, as I said before I interrupted myself, is that in-person events. Ramon Ray is coming back doing in-person events. We're starting that with our event series called Genius Talks, and it will be around the world. It will be around the USA. Is my hope, is my vision. So that's a priority, which we're looking at, which I'm looking at every single day. Number two is growing our coaching and consulting and mentorship program, and it's growing our office hours. You need to do the same thing, Doris. You need to do the same thing, Alexandria. You need to do the same thing, Diana. And this will impact everything you're doing. I was getting ready to put my finger on and buy a ticket to an AI event happening in October. But I had to think, and I'm still thinking, why am I doing that? What's the value? Am I going there just to sit as an attendee and learn about AI? In that case, I probably don't need it. Maybe I should send somebody else, give to somebody else for some other reason. But I probably don't need to go to learn about AI, hey, Tim, because it's not kind of, my interest is there, but not something I want to learn about in depth. Or should I go to meet new people, build strategic relationships. That could be a reason to go, to get connected with the people producing it, get connected with the people hosting it. That could be a reason to go, and it could be worth a $1,000 ticket, $300 flight, and $600 of hotel fees, about $2,000 just to go there, housing and tickets and travel and all those things. So this is where prioritization comes forward. This is where declaring, here's what I'm working on, here's what I'm doing, here's where I'm at, here's where I want to go, and here's where I don't want to go. Once you dial in those things and understand clearly what you're doing and what you're not doing, this is where things get clear for you. This is where things get clear for me. But if you're not clear where you're trying to go, why you're trying to do it, and how you're going to do it, things become very in a messy way and don't work out so well, everybody. So my name is Ramon Ray. This is a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. This episode brought to you by our friends at Bitdefender. You go home at night, you lock the doors of your house, click, click. You go to your car and leave your car, you lock your car, boop, boop. Is your small business secure? My admonition for you today, my thought for you today is to understand that you need to be secure. So I encourage you to join our friends at Bitdefender. Go to bitdefender.com, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and check out the offerings they have to help keep your business secure. So we talked about the priorities in Davos, Switzerland, from the World Economic Forum. Businesses are declaring what their priorities are. What should you be declaring what your priorities are? Ding, 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 ding. Next headline of the day, and we're going to get to our flagship topic of the day. But I want you to understand this. OpenAI is on track to release hardware later in 2026. Plans for OpenAI's first artificial intelligence device are on track for a 2026 release. Executive Chris said at Axios House Davos. CEO Sam Altman has teased the prospect of hardware from OpenAI since the company acquired former Apple designer Johnny Ive's startup. Lee's comments followed a blog post by finance chief Sarah declaring their practical adoption will be OpenAI's focus for 2026. Here's the thing, people. You're going to be seeing products coming out that are AI first enabled in the coming months. The first iteration is not going to be perfect, but when you thought that the jump of the iPhone was amazing, how we all went from Blackberries to iPhones and Android devices, the screens that with the app bases and a screen with no keyboard, physical keyboard, that was revolutionary. I don't know Dr. Will Moreland what's coming out, but Dr. Will Moreland, man, having AI-powered devices that are from the ground up, coming out from another company that in many years we have not seen produce hardware. We get our hardware from Apple, we get our hardware from Samsung, other device makers. But to have an AI-powered company, now they're also producing hardware, that's a big and bold vision. And I'm excited to see what comes out. We have, of course, Facebook has the Meta glasses. But, man, I don't know what's going to come out. I don't know if I'll be the first buyer. I'll just see what Dr. Will Moreland buys and see how he likes it, or Tim, or one of these early adopters. But I want to make you aware of it that, man, this is coming. And those of you who are early adopters, you may want to test these AI devices that are coming away. Again, welcome to a brand new show, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon live from Starbucks here. There's a lot of noise going around, but hopefully you can hear okay. Hopefully you're still getting some value. You may be wondering, what is Gritvation Day, as Dr. Will Moreland calls it? What is Gritvation Day? Well, here's what's happening. Those of you who don't know it, today, Tuesday, the 20th of January, Dr. Will Moreland and I are having a throwdown show. We are having the Great Grits debate between Dr. Will Moreland and Ramon Ray. We're going to talk about what goes on grits, salt versus sugar. And if you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's going to take place right here on this platform, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, Tuesday, January 20th. If you didn't see it live, check it out in the replays. It's going to be the debate of the century. The debate of the century, where one will win and one will lose. I'm not one of those, everybody gets a participation trophy. I'm not one of those, we all win. I'm not one of those, oh, we just all, no. This is going to be the event of this century. We're going to get to the bottom line of what goes on grits. Is it salt or is it sugar? So you want to be there 9 p.m. tonight, live or not. Going back to the topic of the day today about strategy. Love this. Here's what Doris says. Doris, I'm Kedma. Oh, is here. Love it, Kedma. Doris says, this is definitely my 2026 strategy. I have to know why I'm attending an event and why I'm meeting with someone. No more than just attending because it's business related. It has to be in alignment with my goals. I'm already seeing a difference, Doris. That is powerful. And I'm doing this more. Before I would just attend events or whatever more randomly. But I want to be very judicious, very focused. Why am I attending this event? What will I get from this event? And more. Rarely am I attending events just to sit and learn from. Rarely. Probably one of the two. The only events I'm going to be doing is with Lamar Tyler's Traffic Sales and Profit. Most other events, do I know the person who's running it? Do I know the founder? Am I going to meet amazing people around me? Am I going to be on the stage? I'm really thinking, but very, very carefully, very, very carefully. Hey, Kenmo's like Ramon. I just added myself to Zone of Genius level. Come on, Kenmo. Appreciate you being here. Y'all don't know Kenmo O. Kenmo O is an amazing, amazing human. Glad you all are here today. Our flagship topic of the day today, the Wall Street Journal had an article out that said everybody doesn't need to wake up early. And I wanted to touch on that day. Is waking up early kind of a must-have or not have? And here's the thing. We live in the Western Hemisphere, at least in the USA, in a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday world. Most people are at work by 8 or 9 o'clock. Most people are getting out of work at 5 or 6 o'clock. That means you're waking up probably at 6 a.m. or so. You're on the road by 7 or so. If you have children, you're dealing with your children, sending them off to school and or picking them up from school. Many of us, millions of people live in that life. It's centered around our work environment. So in that case, by default, people wake up early. But here's the thing I want to take for those of us who work for ourselves. I wake up at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time daily, and I started doing that really with an intensity because of Clubhouse. This community I'm in, the social audio app during COVID that I found, to really be in that community because they start live working at 5. But I've always been an early riser. Here's the thing, while I'm an advocate of waking up early in the morning, there's two sides to this. I believe waking up early in the morning gets you ahead of the day. That's number one. Number two, I think waking up early in the morning, I just think is a good discipline. You're waking up early, your body's attuned, you're waking up refreshed, you've had a good night's sleep. Having said that, I'm not one of these people that believe it's for everyone. Maybe you have some physical or other conditions in your body that prevent you from waking up early. Maybe like my wife, you are quote unquote a night owl. Your body works best late at night. But my point is, whether you're waking up early or quote unquote waking up later, here's the thing that also must be aligned with this. What are the people doing around you? What are the people doing that you want to do business with or that you want to grow with? If you're in a community where everyone's starting their day at 7 a.m., at 6 a.m., at 8 a.m., they're working out and doing whatever they're doing, then the question you have to ask yourself, will you be in not alignment with them if you're waking up at 11 a.m. and they're already hours throughout their day? That means you're going to miss out. So this is the question of the day that you really need to ask yourself is, if you're waking up later in the day, are you going to miss out? If you wake up later in the day, will you not be with people who you want to grow with? Now, same thing happens here conversely. If you're waking up at 5 a.m. and everybody in your life, everybody around you, your clients, your customers, your business people, things like this are not in that same time, then why are you waking up at 5 a.m.? Because you can't serve them. Dr. Ramon has probably a great example here. And we read this live right on the screen. Thanks, Dr. Ramon, for being here. I have to wake up at 3 a.m. obviously because I live on the West Coast. And I don't want Ramon to get the advantage, my man. And that is the true thing. If you're living in another country, living in a time zone that's not EST, that's not West Coast time, oftentimes the time you wake up vibes or joins with the world you're in. I remember when I was in Budapest, I would end my day at start my day later in the day because the people who were in the New York East Coast time zone, they were waking up different. You get what I'm trying to say? So that kind of clumsy. The point is, when you wake up, this goes back to the life you want to live. There's reasons for waking up later. There's reasons for waking up earlier. Those who choose to wake up later, those who choose to wake up earlier, it all depends on what kind of life do you want to live. But I think in general, I am a person, I firmly believe that young people should be disciplined, should be trained, should be encouraged to start off, if there's no default either way, to be early risers. I just think waking up early in the morning, in general, if there's no other reason, is a great discipline. Waking up early in the morning freshens the body. Waking up early in the morning, as Dr. Will Moreland hinted, gives you a fresh start. Waking up early in the morning gives you a powerful way to start your day. And I think something that all of us should consider doing with great intentionality. Waking up early in the morning is a great discipline to do. So I'm a firm believer. I'm going to wake up early and bust. I'm curious what y'all think, by the way. Before we close out, if you have a question for me, want me to answer a question, just put it in the chat. I'll answer it. We're going to close down the rundown with one. We'll be going for about 20 minutes. I know there's noise in the background. If you didn't know, I'm at an event today here in the vacation capital of the world, New Jersey. Rarely do I travel within my state, but hey, I'm checking out an event, checking out a co-working space, building some relationships. And I figured, hey, let me attend an event and see what they're doing here. So I figured if I wanted to be the rundown with the show, I got to be a little early. So I spotted the Starbucks. It's kind of noisy, but I spotted the Starbucks and I said, hey, I can do the show as best I can from here. Even with the noise in the background, it seems like some of y'all were saying, yeah, Ramon, we're still getting value. So love it, love it, love it. Alexandra Nicole, you have a question of the day. Alexandra, thank you for always challenging me, asking questions, and participating. I appreciate you so much, Alexandra Nicole of EYG Events, building her community, building her online community, offline community. She's connected to so many amazing people. How do you find impact beyond income? Ooh, Alexandra, why you always ask the best questions in the world? How do I define impact beyond income? Well, let me tell you one thing. I don't define impact at all, first and foremost by income. My son and I had this talk. There are some people who go through life saying, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a billionaire, I want to be this. And this touches on things Dr. Moreland has said, but don't miss the spirit of what she's saying. Some people go through life with a number in mind, and I do think numbers are important. It's important to have a number in mind. But I think that you focus on first, what's the impact I want to make? How do I want to make the world a better place? What does impact mean to me? And you're building a thriving business. You're doing all the things that I talk about in Rundown with Ramon, all the things I talk about in Office Hours with Ramon. You can't help yourself to be in a better position financially if you have that goal in mind. Does that make sense? So for me, one of my goals, for me getting an impact goes on about 2 or 3 levels. One, I definitely want to do some amazing experiences just with my family. I would love to be able to rent an Airbnb 2 or 3 times a year and fly my family in wherever they are in the world and house them in an Airbnb together. I love to pay 10, 20 tickets for a cruise line and bring my family and friends on a cruise so we can go together. I'd love to be able to do that and not even worry about it. And I'm not in a position to do that right now. I can't buy 20 tickets on a cruise ship for just people. I could, but I'm not going to do that right now. So that's one. I'd love to be able to do that. That's one level of impact. Second level of impact is I'm very, very focused and very added value in my church. I would love to be able to give my church more money so they can continue to do other programs. We have programs in the Dominican Republic, in Haiti. We have programs in Papua New Guinea. We have programs all over Africa, South America, Central America. We're a global organization. I would love to be able to leverage my funds, give them funds to be able to have me do to have them grow with that. So that's number 2. And then 3, yeah, Michael Bloomberg's name is on the side of Carnegie Mellon or some big institution. I would love to be able to contribute money to be able to not to have my name on an institution per se quite like that, but you know what I mean, to be able to contribute to a cause. Imagine if they had the Red Cross Institute not for Ramon Ray, even named it after my wife. I would probably do that. The Ronnie Ray Institute for so on and so forth. So for me, when I think about impact, Alexandria, how I define impact is it's very personal, but I have a feeling for many of us, how we define impact is how we can make the world a better place. What can we do, yes, for ourselves? What can we do for our family? And many people I know, I think you're like this too, Nicole, is how can I make that a better place for the community around me? So everybody, my name is Ramon Ray, live from Starbucks. Here, get ready to attend an amazing event here in the vacation capital of the world. Appreciate y'all being here today. A little noisy, quite a bit noisy. I'm going to go back and listen to this, and I hope it was okay, but somebody said, Ramon, keep going on. It's not normally like this, normally in my studio, but I said, let me do this, and I think as I do things like this, the next time I'll see if I can get better mics, noise canceling mics, things like this. I thought the headphones would take it out, but I don't think these are headphones like this. I think they focus on the sound that I hear, not the sound that you all hear. I think Apple headphones will do that. So this is Ramon Ray here. Welcome, Alexandra Nicole of EYG Events. Thanks for being here. Doers, thank you for being here. And what a question it was, Doers. Dr. Will Moreland, I will see you at 9 p.m. EST tonight, Dr. Will Moreland, for the great grits debate. As we're going to debate what goes best on grits. Is it salt or is it sugar? Don't want to miss it. 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, Tuesday, January 20th. The Great Grits Debate's going to be amazing, where me and Dr. Will Moreland, we're going to duke it out. You have never seen the intensity we're going to bring to the table. Dr. Will, you better bring your preacher's towel. You better bring your dancing shoes. You better bring your little wristband for your sweatband and all that. You're going to need it, brother. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Appreciate y'all being here today. It was a fun show. And I'll go back and listen to it and see how much noise it was or not. As we continue on with today's Rundown with Ramon, go to my event. Check out my lives. You'll see where I'm at. My stories, rather. I post quite a bit on stories. So follow me there. I do a story just about every day. And let's move on. Let me find the end stream button. And I'm out. Thank you for being here. God bless.